Hello and welcome to Celebrity Trends. If it's your first time, please hit the subscribe button and click on the bell for more amazing news on your favorite celebrities.
We have the news that Harry and Meghan have suffered a catastrophic blow when they failed to get any nomination at the Emmys, while The Crown got a nice share of them. Too bad for all those critics who were expecting the Montecito morons to raise their heads above the water in what could have been a last-second save for the sausages brand. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's self-titled Netflix docuseries has been snubbed by judges at this year's Emmy Awards, after critics believed it stood a chance of clinching the TV award. Meanwhile, The Crown has been nominated in the Best Drama Series category, as well as Best Leading Actress. Which made me come up with a very interesting lesson to this story. Harry and Meghan sold a fictional story as true events and were snubbed. The Crown sold a fictional story as true events and swooped nominations. The lesson: don't be Harry and Meghan, lol. But all is not lost for the sour sausages, because they have received one nomination to what some outlets are claiming it's a major Hollywood award and huge boost for couple. And it's important to take notice that these news appeared just a few hours before the Emmy snub. So, I'm pretty much sure WME at least forecasted that the Harkles were going to be denied an Emmy nomination and had to move fast to secure this one. And regarding that headline, I decided to fix it. Prince Harry and Meghan, huge boos for couple. I thought that I was a film connoisseur, but I must confess that I didn't know that the Hollywood Critics Awards even existed. I don't claim to have an encyclopedic memory of everything, but what I do have is very good visual memory, and I don't remember this trophy, which is like a bastard between an Oscar and an Emmy, but the logo as well. No, I'm sure I would remember it. But what about you? If you knew this award existed, please make sure to share it in the comments. And I want to go back to comparing these two productions. Speaking seriously, we have two productions, loosely based on real events, whose details have been exposed ad nauseum in every mainstream media known to man, and of course produced with a good amount of made-up drama, and made-up dialogues here and there. The only difference is one is exciting, and the other is not. If you think about it, that is the only difference. Even the Harry and Meghan horrormentary includes a real-life royal. How could they mess this up? But fear not Netflix, because the royal rogue is going to save your Harkles investment. I give you the frown. Part 1 of the Montecito screen saga. That's it. But maybe Meghan is not that interested in acting her own part. That Nicolas Cage level of self-awareness would put her in a vulnerable position, so nope, she would reject the idea. So I tried to come up with options of who could play Meghan on the big screen, and I asked this question on Twitter. The first two options I came up with were Zendaya and Margot Robbie. And, why Margot Robbie, would you ask? Because Harry would be delighted to see Margot acting as his wife on the silver screen. Some other actresses would not need that much. I mean, acting to nail the role. But sadly, none of them have the range for such a role. And I don't mean acting range, no. I'm talking about skin tone range. Whatever happens, I'm sure this movie would win an Oscar for makeup and practical effects. But in the end, I decided to make an actual poll with your most popular answers. And the one who came on top was none other than Zendaya. And I think she's a great pick for the role. Not only she's one of the current hot stars in Hollywood, but she's got talent and charisma. She would have to tone that down for the role of Meghan, but I'm sure she's up for the challenge. By the way, you might remember that Meghan and Harry had a private meeting with her and Tom Holland not long after the Oprah interview, for reasons that we never found out, but it was not a stretch that Meghan was thinking that she could be the one to play the struggling ex-actress who left everything in her life behind for love. In fact, I made that Zendaya as Meghan a long time ago, and yeah, she fit quite nicely in the bird flu dress. As an additional touch, I included Tom Holland as Harry. You know, the British accent and stuff. But this amazing cast would not be complete without Tyler Perry playing Oprah. That would be Oscar-worthy. And some of you mentioned that the frown would not be interesting enough. What about the clown? Well, the Bible says, "For everyone that asketh, receiveth. And I delivered." The clown. So we've got part 1 and 2 of the Montecito Scream saga. Yeah. I am the undisputed king of royal memes, for a reason. But I've got fierce competition, and not precisely by people who intend to make jokes about the royals and non-royals soap opera. Pretty much like the Daily Abscess, with this kind of headlines. Meghan's best look was in a pair of shorts. If you've got legs like that, why not? And no, I am so not clicking that link. Thanks to May on Twitter, we have further insights into the sausage debacle. 20,000 voting members of the Academy of Television Arts and Sciences, ATAS, chose not to nominate Harry and Meghan's Netflix documentary titled Harry and Meghan. The voting for nominations took place in June. June was not a good month for the duo. Their documentary was probably given less consideration after Manhattangate and Spotify, etc., as they looked to be crashing and burning. Do you think that was an influence in the members' decision? And guess who was spotted today at Wimbledon? Queen Camilla met with ball boys, ball girls, and Flo the search dog on day 10 of the championships, and for some reason some royal watchers were upset. I sometimes do not really understand what triggers people. I used to think I was good at reading human behavior, and trust me, I do my best on my body language guy channel. But trying to predict what's going to be okay or not okay for some fans of the royal family can be a hit or a miss. But well, Queen Camilla was enjoying herself, maybe reminiscing of her own days of a ball girl and watching the games unfold. And there was also one of our favorite couples, Zara and Mike Tyndall, looking great as usual. You know that they've got that kind of contagious energy, good vibes. And thanks to Found by Boyana on Twitter, we have this travel back in time, 1987 to 2023. Prince William's style has remained consistent over the past 36 years. The royal has kept this classic country style from a young age. I'm sure that George is going to follow his footsteps as well. And the Caribbean prince shared this TikTok originally posted by Princess Jo that shows William, Catherine, and the late Lady Diana using sign language. And I think this is awesome. This is something that I've always wanted to learn, but, you know, time constraints, video making, and I've got priorities such as Japanese and Cockney.
Thanks for watching. Till next time on Celebrity Trends.